Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever just wondered why some of the most brilliant, game-changing ideas out there fail to get funding, while these other kind of boring ones just sail right through? Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain on the silent logic of how large-scale capital really moves. It's a world that plays by a completely different set of rules than most of us think. And once you see it, well, it changes everything.
Okay, let's dive right in. The whole misunderstanding, it really starts right here. On the left, that's the story we all love, right? The rocket ship. It's all about explosive growth, speed, excitement. But capital, the big money, it's much more like this quiet, fortified building on the right. Its main language isn't excitement at all. It's survival.
So you gotta ask, where does this huge disconnect even come from? Well, it all kicks off with our own personal experience with money, which is just fundamentally different from how capital works on a massive systemic level.
I mean, just think about your own finances for a second. It's all about that immediate flow, isn't it? Paycheck comes in, bills go out, you save a little. That personal rhythm, it teaches us that speed and growth are good. But when you're talking about billions of dollars, that's just a tiny, tiny piece of a much bigger picture. At that scale, the most important thing isn't how fast you're going, it's how long you can last.
All right, now let's zoom out. When you're dealing with these huge pools of capital, it's not some reckless teenager with a sports car. Nope. It's more like a wise old elephant. It moves slowly, very deliberately, and it tests the ground before every single step. You just look at how it acts. It hesitates. It looks for stability before it even considers an opportunity. And here's the real kicker. When things start to get a little shaky, capital doesn't go out with some big, loud bang. It just quietly disappears, long before the rest of us even realize there's a problem. This slide just nails it. We have this tendency to think of money as fuel, something you burn for a quick burst of speed. But really, at its core, capital is infrastructure. It's the bridge built slowly and carefully to last for centuries, not the rocket fuel that's totally gone in a flash. So what's really driving this super cautious behavior? It's not greed, and it's not really fear either. It's something way more primal than that. It's survival. And this, right here, is the absolute key. Capital isn't looking for a thrilling roller coaster ride. It's looking for a calm, steady river that's going to flow for generations. Excitement is temporary. Endurance is everything. This is the question we're all trained to ask right from the get-go. So how much can I make? It's all about the potential upside, the big win. But for large-scale capital, that's completely the wrong place to start. The first, and honestly the most important question is this: what can go wrong? They are obsessed with the downside long before they even start thinking about the upside. And this quote, man, it just perfectly captures that whole mindset. A great story is nice, sure, but a fragile structure is an absolute deal breaker. Capital will pick the boring, sturdy castle over the beautiful, crumbling one every single time. And this is exactly why boring is often such a beautiful word in finance. A boring business is like a well-oiled machine just predictably churning out results day after day. It's not exciting, but it's reliable. And in a world where one surprise can cost you billions, well, reliable is everything. So this clash of priorities, our obsession with growth versus capital's obsession with survival, brings us to probably the most important concept in this whole explainer: alignment. This can be a really tough pill to swallow. You can have the most brilliant, world-changing idea, but if it's not aligned with the way capital thinks, it's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It's just not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most aligned. I mean, this table lays it all out, clear as day. Your goal is speed. Capital's goal is resilience. The result? Friction. Your goal is growth. Capital's goal is survival. The result? Instability. This mismatch is the reason why so many promising ventures just fail. And this isn't just some abstract theory, This financial friction, it's like trying to drive a car with the emergency brake pulled all the way up. It might work for a little while, but sooner or later, something is gonna break. You see it when funding dries up, when terms get tighter, and when projects just collapse under the strain. So what does good alignment even look like then? Well, think of it like being a great surfer. It's about knowing how to read the waves, understanding the currents of the market, the timing of the tides, and just respecting the power of the ocean. You don't fight the system, you work with it. And that's why sometimes the person who catches the biggest wave isn't the strongest swimmer. It's the one who's most in sync with the ocean.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's time to pretty much throw out our old maps of the financial world. We need to start asking a whole new set of questions.
Yeah, instead of asking, why did my brilliant idea fail? Try asking this instead. Was my brilliant idea compatible with the fundamental nature of capital? Just that one little shift in perspective, it will change everything for you.
See, these are the questions that actually keep the masters of capital up at night. They're not sexy, are they? But they are the only ones that matter. In this game, predictability and durability are pretty much the only things that count.
And this is the hard truth of it all. Money doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your brilliant ideas. It is a cold, impersonal system that responds to one thing and one thing only: structure. So, if it's not really about growth and it's not about profit, what is the one thing that capital truly worships? What is the holy grail of the entire financial world? The answer is incredibly simple: cash flow. That steady, predictable stream of cash is the absolute lifeblood of the entire system. And in our next explainer, we are going to dive deep into exactly why this one concept is the key to unlocking the secrets of the financial universe.